Hello everyone, my name is Tim and I'm one of the product specialists here at SpyCentre Security, the Spy Gear Superstore, and I'm here to give you guys an idea of how to choose an audio recorder. Picking the perfect audio recorder can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be. We have all been on the internet and seen how many selections and options are truly out there. How do you know which one is perfect? Well, that's why I'm here. I'm going to go over some of the things to look out for, as well as some tips that you can use to narrow down your search. The first thing you really need to pay attention to is battery life. Luckily with audio recorders, that's usually not too much of an issue. Now, unless you need it to record for a very long time, of course. However, they are definitely not all created equal here. Just as an example, this audio recorder right here has a 10-hour continuous battery, whereas this other one that I'm holding actually can have a 336 continuous hour battery life and can even go to sleep for up to 150 days. So you can really see a big contrast between these two. That leads me on to my next section, which is voice activation. Now, a voice-activated recorder only records when it hears a sound loud enough for it to trigger a recording. Voice activation does more than just save you time when you're listening back to the files by effectively only having recordings of interesting content instead of just that blank, static noise that we're all used to when listening back to continuous recorders. Now, depending on the recorder, the actual recorder itself, voice activation can directly tie into the battery life of the unit as well. What I mean by that is some recorders have the ability to actually go to sleep in between recordings. Now, as an example of this, let's say if you had a recorder in voice activation and there isn't any noise at all, it will sleep until it hears a sound to wake it up. This can greatly increase your battery life. An audio recorder like this one that I'm holding can record up to 24 continuous hours, but can actually be voice activated and sleep for up to 25 days. Meaning, if there was 1 hour of audio per day, this recorder would have battery for up to 24 days. We sell many audio recorders that have this feature. Now you're going to see them marked with a standby battery as well as a continuous time under the product specifications. Now, in today's market with the internet, it's hard to tell the difference between products and companies. You can have seemingly two identical items with completely different qualities. This happens because in China, where everything's manufactured, there's one manufacturer of the case or the body that sells to many different companies, and then all those companies put their own guts within the actual, or components inside the actual recorders themselves. This results in the same looking device with completely different performance. How do you combat against that? Well, it's actually quite simple. I would never purchase one of these devices, or anything really, that doesn't have a quality demonstration to compare. I also would never purchase something on Amazon for $10 for seemingly the same device that is posted elsewhere for $100 or more. You really do get what you pay for. Last but not least is time and date stamping. What this does is allows you to track when recordings took place, because the audio recorder will stamp the date and time that the recording happened. This can be useful when sorting through large volumes of recordings, especially when you have extremely long battery lives on your recorder and you don't check it frequently.